Hey, yo, what's good, chosen vessels? I got a story to tell y'all about. So, here's the thing. I was never cool, and I never really saw myself as cool. I just did me. I just lived my life, and I just went through life. I didn't really know much about like being cool, whatever. I guess you could say I just did me, man. A lot of people, I guess, like looking back on it, that's why like a lot of people just looked at me, stared at me, and laughed. I guess because it's like people look at me and think I'm cool. I guess because of outward appearance, but then when people get around me, it's like I'm comfortable being myself, and it's like I don't put on an act. So it's like I don't act like this or I don't act like that. I'll just be myself. And the fact that I'll be myself, people, I guess they think it's funny because you know how you act a certain way, you get certain things, and it's like I never been one to try to fake a front to get what I want. Nobody's perfect, but I always been myself, and I always been comfortable being me around other people. So I sometimes that doesn't come off as cool because you're being you, and other people, I guess, not everybody's comfortable with being themselves. And when you're in crowds, birds of a feather flock together, and it's like your vibe is your tribe. So whoever's not your tribe, if you're around people and you're trying to force yourself to fit in, you're not going to be cool. So who knows? I can't even say that. We beat ourselves up. I'm guilty of it too. But it's like I probably was just hanging around the wrong people. Not saying that they were the wrong people, like not taking shots at or whatever, because whatever. But just like being around, it wasn't the group of friends for me. You know, because like looking back on it, it just wasn't a group of friends for me. People were cool. It was cool meeting people. But like looking back on it, I didn't fit in with those people. It was like I had to force my way in because it's like I never talked about the stuff that I wanted to talk about. I never like because people wouldn't want to talk about it, and I didn't really know what I was interested in because there was so much stuff forced on me, and plus, like certain situations didn't allow me to be myself or be an individual. I was just like always just it was just weird, you know what I'm saying? Like I appreciate everything, but it was just weird, like certain things like stuff being forced on you, not being able to be yourself, not being able to make like certain decisions that would lead up to you having an identity and being who you are kind of thing. So it's like just a lot of like just weird stuff, like just weird, just looking back. But I just always found a way to just be myself, and I was always comfortable with just being me. And I always had some type of wisdom. May not have been the best, was for me, but I guess not for everybody else, and I don't care about that. But it was always the best for me. Like everything always worked out. Everything always works out. That's always been my mindset. I've always talked to God. I've always had a relationship with God. But like I guess I never really been like people ain't never really messed with me too hard, like, and it is what it is. But I just, everybody always wants like friends and stuff like that. But looking back on it, it's like looking at certain situations and what certain people went through and what certain things friends that get you. And I'm glad that I just stayed to myself because it's like now I put in all this work. I researched all this stuff. I work on myself a lot. I'm always working on something. I'm always researching something, learning something. So it's like it geared me and prepared me for who I am today. So it's like looking back, I'm kind of glad it happened because I protected my energy. I didn't go around anybody that would have discouraged me or tried to put down my spark. It was already enough of that going on already. People trying to use you and take advantage of you and stuff like that. But it is what it is. You grow, you learn from it, and you move forward. But the fact that like I survived mad stuff, man. Like a lot of people trying to assassinate your character, try to take you down, try to make people think you're something that you're not. And it's like looking back on it, like I had got hit with like some cyber bully type stuff where it's like people try to clown your boy on the net, and I didn't even let that stuff phase me, man. I went to school like it was a regular day. Like, I didn't even let that phase me. But it's just like looking back, like all that stuff. Cause like, I don't know, I just have a I have a real strong memory. It's like kind of weird. Like, I'm able to look at things and connect dots and see why is what and who's what and certain stuff. And I'm able to look back in like my past and my history at certain things, good things, and take lessons from them. not be worried, not be downed, not be depressed, but just take lessons and learn from things and move forward. And like looking back, a lot of stuff like to where I didn't have the right self belief, or I had low self esteem, or I didn't believe in myself or my ability. Like just looking back, it's like, yo, I was afraid for nothing. I didn't believe in myself for nothing. I should have believed in myself. I shouldn't have been afraid. But it's like life's not over. So it's like now's the time. Now's the perfect time. There's no time like the present. So whatever like I wasn't or whatever, all that stuff, I forget all that stuff. All that stuff is gone. Whatever didn't happen, all that, whatever I have right now, I have the present, and I'm thankful and I'm happy, and you know what I mean? Everything's been good. You know what I mean? It's really nothing bad has like really happened. I've been good. I've been blessed. All types of things. You know, I'm still blessed. I've been able to. I had friends and had experiences, but like as far as like I always used to, I guess wanted. I always kind of wanted to be in like large groups of people, but it's like looking back, it's like now I'd rather have like my. I'm glad I have my own peace. Like I'm glad I didn't try to like fit in any large groups or anything like that, because like you could lose your self identity, and if you already are trying to figure out who you are, it's definitely not good to be all totally lost in the sauce. It's people still walking around with like somebody else's identity. Like imagine not being who you are and still walking around acting like somebody from like a couple years ago. Like that's your identity, like somebody that you had to fake around. So I guess people end up just attaching themselves to other people, and then I guess that's what that whole certain things, that whole friend stuff is about. Certain people just attach themselves to other people and take on other people's identity and personality because they don't have one. But I'm not judging. DrewTube ain't judging. You know, everybody needs friends. Everybody has different level of comfortability. I know people need people out there. Like I said, I'm not judging. I'm not hating. But outside looking in, not being like a big crowd. Like most people that I'd have friends with was like two or three people. It was never like no 8, 9, 10, like no nothing like that, nothing huge like that. Like I'm good when it comes to huge, big, large settings like that. Like I'll leave. You feel me? If the energy's off, if I don't feel right about the situation, I'm out. You feel me? Like I ain't with it. I'm gone. Like I guess it's like some Andre 3000 shit to where it's like you don't, they call it like hypersensitive or whatever, but I know how to use my shit, because it's like I could tell when people's energy is off, and I'll just remove myself, or I just won't deal with that person, or I'll just be out. So it's like I guess that's another thing too, like when people like, yo, that freaks people out when you could see like people's intentions like on some spiritual stuff with your spiritual eye. Like you could tell like people are, like you're supposed to stay away from those people. That freaks them out, because it's like they're like, yo, how did he know? It's like, cuz I have discernment, cuz I could tell, I could feel the energy, I could sense if somebody, and it's elementary, it's basic stuff. It's just like you could tell like if that person vibe is like good or not. But it's like other people have a stronger sense, other people have a like a better ability. But it's like I don't know, it's just a weird journey, man. Like I never had friends, never fit in with people. Always tried to be cool with people. It would get weird. It wouldn't last long, and it is what it is. Like people be your friend for like 5 minutes and then switch up on you, and then not want to be cool with you no more. Had a lot of that. Had a lot of like people just come in just to like peep you out, go back, talk about you, spread this, spread that, and it's like fake phony frenemy type deal. Dealt with that, but it's been cool so far. You know, I'm grateful for it all, and as you can see, I got the smile on my face. So I still shit. I still managed to I still managed to smile. You know, so it can't be that bad. It's not that bad. It's never that bad, but you just make the best of it, you know. And it's like when you have God, God will get you through these things. When you feel you need to have other people in your life, when you feel you're alone, when you feel there's no one there, God's there. God will get you through all of that. Like God got me through all of that. Periods of being alone, periods of not having friends, period of like depression, lows, feeling like the world has come to an end. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're corny, like you're a loser, like you don't amount to anything, like you don't mean anything, like you're worth less than shit. Like God got me through all that, man. And I'm glad, and I'm real positive now, and I'm real happy. and like I live each day to like the fullest. Even if it's in my own way, I'm gonna find a way to live that day to the fullest. Even if it seems like somebody is just like, well, how does he get some joy out of that? Because, man, I have God in my life. I'm happy, and I pray, and I do certain things to make myself feel good, and I protect my energy. That's why. And I brought myself to like a comfortable state, and it's like certain people will see that and they'll try to come into your life and ruin that. So you really have to protect your energy. Some people are just vampires and they want to come into your life just to disturb your peace, cause hell, and then leave, and then have you frustrated and upset. And that's because that's giving them energy. They need energy from people, so they find prey. They find people to prey on, try to cause little stuff in their life, issues, problems, whatever, because their life is full of that. And then they'll leave, and then they're gone acting like nothing happened because that's their normalcy. And then they'll just leave you there complaining, upset, drained, frustrated, sending all that energy to them every time you get upset, complain, or get angry, especially if you reach out to them. Even if you don't reach out to them and you're just sitting there in yourself, by yourself, ruminating, they still feel it. That's their spiritual power, I guess. They can feel when people are upset or angry, or like they get their little juice or their little buzz from that. So it's like they get, you know what I'm saying, energized, Hulk smash. But it is what it is. But like I said, I'm happy things turned out the way they did. I'm happy I turned out to be who I am. Everything that happened for a reason, and it only made me stronger and more mentally fit, more mentally aware because of it. And to me personally, I think I'm the coolest thing since sliced bread. But it's like it's not an ego thing. It's like I think I'm cool, but I don't force how I feel about myself on other people. Other people sense my other people, I guess, outside looking in, I guess I have a cool appearance or I have a cool look or whatever on like to other people's ego. That's somebody what someone would say like, oh, you look cool, whatever. That doesn't mean shit to me. Anyway, what was I saying? But I guess because my level of comfortability with myself, and plus my outward appearance, whatever that means, people want to like compete with you on the level of, oh, I'm cool too. It's like that's cool, but it's like you're supposed to just feel cool to yourself. You don't have to compete and try to be the coolest person in the room. Whoever is more comfortable with themselves, that's just going to be by default the coolest person in the room. And whoever tries to like compete with them, they're just wasting their time. There's no competition. You're just supposed to be the coolest person to you, and that's, I mean, that's what I do when I go out. I don't go out to compete. I don't go out to be better than anybody. I go out, I enjoy myself. I have a good time. That's my primary goal, is just to go out, chill, relax, peep the scene, see some beautiful ladies, you know what I'm saying? Enjoy the vibe, maybe make a business connection, you know what I'm saying? Maybe any type of other connection that I may need. And then that's it. I'm out. I'm gone with a lady, believe it. And that's just it, you know? And that's pretty much just it. Like, I don't really, it's no competition. Like maybe with myself, that's pretty much it. But I mean, I understand competition and all that stuff, but it's like it's not. I'm talking about to the point where it's like people are like deep, like it'd be like 50 girls in a club. They trying to take your girl type competition. They want to be seen by your chick. It's like, bro, it's like 49 other females in here. I know, but the girl's with you. My vendetta's with you. Okay, bro. I mean, shit. It's up to her at the end of the day. Shit, I can't stop shit. If she choose to fuck with you, that's up to her. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here in the cut getting my drink. I'll holler at y'all. Like that's really how I be, man. And it's like whenever I get too invested, or whenever I don't act like that, then it always falls back. It always goes wrong. You end up getting attached to the wrong person. Shit just goes wrong when you don't go with what you know, when you just don't go with the flow of things, when you just don't go with what feels right to you. Okay, like, not talking about sinning or doing anything wrong, or like, oh, this is wrong, I'm gonna say it's right. Not talking about that crazy shit. Talking about what naturally feels right. What you when you don't get a negative feeling from doing things. Because like when you do wrong stuff, you get that feeling, and it's wrong. Okay, but it is what it is. We talking about basically like when I was just little stuff, about my life, little tidbits here and there. This wasn't like no serious video. This was just a little insight. Just wanted to give y'all a little insight on things, little biography, on things. Like I never really thought I was cool. I just did me, lived my life, was okay with myself. Just whatever I liked, I did it. I still do it. Like whatever I like, I do it. I just enjoy my life that way. You know, if I'm cool to somebody, that's cool. If I'm not, that's also cool. I could care less. I really could care less. If you like me, cool. If you don't, that's cool. Just don't bother me about it. All right. If I'm not bothering you, don't bother me. That's pretty much my golden rule. If I'm not bothering you, don't bother me type shit. But it is what it is, man. I live my life. I love living my life. I love waking up every day. I love praising God. I love saying my prayers. I love reading my Bible. Love reading positive stuff. Love watching positive videos. I love watching stuff that uplifts my spirit, that makes me feel good. You know, I love just chilling in the sunshine. I love going out in the woods, going out in nature, being by the beach, certain things like that. I like luxury cars. You know, I like fast cars, luxury cars. Um, like going out to eat nice places, real fancy restaurants. You know, I love good food. I love to experience good food, taste good food. You know, I love different places. Love going to different states, having a good time, meeting new people, meeting the right people for the right reasons. You know, it's just I love living life, and I love the life that I am creating for myself. You know, it's certain choices that I made, certain sacrifices that I made, certain things that I've done up to this point, and I like how things are looking. I like how things are going. I like where God is taking me, and I like how God is working in my life and for my life, allowing to bless me and allowing me to do what I'm doing. And I like where it's going. It's going in a positive direction. I'm seeing signs. I'm seeing the angel numbers. And like the other day, man, I gotta make a video about this. I was doing the FanDuel thing, and I was watching this video. An ad popped up, and I was watching a video on YouTube, and and the like was 333, and I was like the 333rd like. So I was like, okay. And then I saw the FanDuel ad, but just right then and there, I just knew. I'm like, yo, that's a gateway. And yeah, I put my little money up, and I won. I hit. I bet. I put $10 on, and I got $85. So you know, it's like it's just certain signs. It's just like you're on the right track, and I mean, it's just up to your personal experience. It's like certain things I've read because I was led to it. You know, it's like certain things you know when certain things are a message. You know when certain things are a divine message. Like it's a lot of synchronicity. Like people try to look at your title and be like, "Oh, that chosen stuff." He's just using that. Like, bro, it's something. It's a lot of things that led me up to this point. Like a lot of synchronicities, a lot of repeating numbers, a lot of like coincidences, but there's no such thing as a coincidence in the universe because everything happens for a reason. It's just, you know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff that I'm into, that I understand, that I overstand. I put a lot of time into it, reading, research, watching videos, educating myself, and I'm not done. I'm nowhere near where I would like to be. You know, I don't know. It's a lot of stuff I still don't know, and I love to learn. You know, that's the beauty of learning. You'll never learn enough. There's always something new to learn. And I see how I'm supposed to use my mind. I see how I'm supposed to use my brain. I see how I'm supposed to use my time. And you just gotta make the most of it. You gotta make the best of it. Gotta be disciplined. Gotta use your time right. Use your time wisely. Figure out what you want to do. Get in where you fit in, and just make things happen throughout your day. Like over time of being disciplined and forcing yourself to do things, it just becomes routine. You just keep doing it. And once you get to a point where things start to get better and you start to be able to have fun with it, oh man, you're gonna love it. That's why you want to do what you want to do every day, because you're going to get past the point of hating it. You're going to get past even when you don't want to do it. It's once you start doing it, it just be like, okay, I'm back in the routine. I got my rhythm, and it's going to be fun to you. It's going to be exciting. Wake up, love your life, enjoy your life, because you have something. You have a purpose. You have something that makes you want to get out of bed. Other people may call it this. Other people may call it that. But no matter what anybody has to say about what you love to do, if you see yourself profiting off of it, if you see yourself getting a new house off of it, if you see yourself living your best life off of it, why would you stop just because somebody else has an opinion or they have something to say? Who cares what that person has to say? They can have something to say all they want, but it's not going to stop you from becoming successful if you hit, not even if, when you hit. Because by law of attraction, if you keep doing it and you've been working on it that far, you're going to make it, man. And I mean, if you're not getting anywhere with it or not. But if you see progress, and if you see you're better than where you were, it doesn't matter that if you haven't profited off of yet, you will eventually. All right. If you see yourself being able to profit off of it, a way will be made for you to profit off of that financially by law of attraction. All you have to do is see yourself being able to do it and feel yourself being able to prosper and live the life you want off your gift. All right. I'm about to do it when I get done this video. I'm about to do some visualization and see myself having the life that I want and living the life that I want and being what I want. I'm not playing around with that. But I want to thank everybody for watching this video. This was just a little insight. This was just a little insight on me, a little insight on things. Like just like I said, I don't focus on trying to be cool. I just focus on being myself. So it's like I've always been myself. What people may have thought it was cool, people may not have thought it was cool. I never really worried about it or cared. You know, um, I had too many worries going on already. I had too many issues and stuff going on already that I had to fix. And it's like I did a lot of work on myself. I always wondered, I'm like, why do I have this issue? Why do I have this problem? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with that? Why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like that? Why does this make me feel like that? I always looked stuff up, worked on myself, went home, figured this out, and came back, make sure I was better the next day. I've always been doing that, and it makes me feel good because it's like I don't have to have that negative energy in me. Now I know it's like demons and negative energy. It's like that's what they say when you say like people have demons in them. It's like people have blockages of negative energy because they don't work on themselves and they don't remove the negative energy from them. They don't figure out what's bothering them. They don't work on it. They don't fix it, and it just becomes a lingering energy, a lingering negative spirit, which turns into a demon in them. And it's like they take it out on people whenever they feel the need. And it's like you don't have to do that it's like when people make them feel insecure or somebody come around them and make them feel a certain way or disturb them, they pop out. And I understand, I get it, I pray for them. I was there, still there in some cases, but I work on it. I don't, like I said, I don't allow it to affect me, to affect others. I don't take it out on others. So I mean, not bashing anybody who does. Everybody gotta grow. Everybody has a starting point. you know this is just DruTube, where we came to give you more and never lesser. So hit that like button, chosen vessel, and I'll see you in the next video. All right.